Hey guys, what's up? It's Bella here from Earth Angel Restorative Therapy and Healing. I'm here with a weekly video, March 4th through the 10th. Before I get into the reading, I just wanted to ask you guys, how have you guys been doing with these moon energies, and especially with this new moon in Virgo? How have you guys been? It's been hitting me real hard because my sun sign is in Virgo, so I feel like it's just multiplying and making matters worse. And this perfectionism habit I have needs to take a seat. And matter of fact, it needs to take several seats. It's annoying the hell out of me, but little by little, I'm just trying to get through it. But I just wanted to check in with y'all. Like, how have y'all been? And how has it been affecting you? Or if you have any advice, I mean, let a sister know. But also, I wanted to mention that I have half off Reiki sessions, 50% off. You can visit my website. It is www.earthangelrth.com. And when you go to book an appointment, this can be distance or in person, doesn't matter. The address can be provided once you're at checkout. However, I am in Rhode Island, so if you're in this area, great. I can do in person. If not, distance works just as well, just as effective, I should say. But the code for that is half off Reiki. One word or 3 words, but it's all together, no spaces. Half off Reiki at checkout. So I'm offering that for a little bit, so you guys can feel free to check that out on my website, earthangelrth.com. I also want to grow my podcast, so if anybody's interested in doing the podcast with me, let me know. It's so fun, I feel like, to read books, and what I want to do with that is read books that can help people, so like self-help books, and anything else that I find might help people, spiritual or not. But right now it's a one-man show, and I don't mind that at all, but I just love discussions, and I love discussing concepts and helping people at that and sharing knowledge, and that shit just gets me going. So if you would like to help me out, just contact me. You can contact me on my contact page or leave a comment here. Anyway, let a sister know either way. All right, so on to our weekly video. This is for the general reading, I should say. So you might find that sometimes this feels right at home for you. And if you do, great. If you don't, however, that's totally fine. Just take what feels right, leave what doesn't. Bottom of the deck. Can you guys see that? Bottom of the deck is the Emperor. Cool, cool. Okay. 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 I'm gonna move this up here, up here, up here. I don't know if you guys can still see that clearly. Okay. So I'll start off with the bottom of the deck. And the tarot decks that I've used are the Fairy Tarot cards and the Sandra Ann Taylor energy cards. I'm also going to use just the Universal Weight, Rider Waite deck for clarifiers. So the bottom of the deck is the Emperor. And bottom of the deck is the Emperor. And there's okay, so I feel that with this card, it's saying that your world is a bit disheveled. Maybe you're trying to decide between what your heart wants and what others want you to do, or you're deciding between your heart and your mind, because maybe that might be opposing forces there. But I'm sensing that there needs to be some sort of balance. Like there's not a balance in your life at this point. And it's because maybe you're trying to please other people, or you're trying to be who you think that you should be. And you're realizing that it's kind of like you're burning both ends of the candle at the same time. And it's like you're running in circles. You don't really know where you're going, what you're doing. And it's partially because you're not listening to your heart. So you see how the heart with this man, the Emperor here, the heart, can you see that? The heart is like outside of him, and he's not listening to his heart. And so I feel like that's why there's a lot of conflict, because you're not listening. Your heart is outside. You're not listening to your heart. And so I feel like the message with this card is, yes, you do have to put pen to paper, get organized. But first, you kind of need to take care of yourself in order for you to go out in the world and be who you truly are and do what you want to do. And that's going to take a lot of balance, a lot of health, and making sure that you are optimal. Body, mind, soul, spirit, everything. And so before you can go out and please the world and do things, you really need to take into consideration yourself and your own heart's desires, and figure out a way, because there is a way. It's just that you need to figure that way out. But the way that you'll figure it out is by using pen to paper, start getting a plan going and sticking to it. So it's kind of like, get organized, come up with a plan, action plan, goal plans. What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? What do you want your life to look like? So you need some structure, and you'll find that you'll get more things done if you're structured. Bottom of the deck for this, the energy card is the thinking man. And so it kind of goes together, I feel like, because this person is just, you're thinking so much that you're not necessarily taking the step forward that you should. Because the thinking man is obviously, I mean, it's what it says. It's the thinking man. He's not taking actions. He's just looking, and he's just not really going forward. He's analyzing. He's seeing his options. What does he want to do? And so I feel like, it goes along with the Emperor card, because the Emperor card, you're not really taking action, or you are, but it's not the appropriate actions. It's not the action that you need to take to get you to where you're wanting to go. So kind of like less thinking, more doing. But in order for you to do and be more productive, there needs to be a plan in place. So, okay, so now we get into the reading. So the first card we have is the Queen of Winter, which is the Queen of Swords. So what I'm getting with this card is that now is the time to leave people or things behind that's no longer serving you. Either you will, or, this can be divorce, or this can be, somebody that's single. So it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get a divorce. It's just that the Queen of Swords is somebody who, for the most part, is alone and just is achieving on her own. So I feel that there is a separation between herself and the people around her. And so if this means a breakup for some, then that might, it might mean a breakup for some. But she's doing this alone. She's letting go of things that doesn't, serve her. She's not afraid to be alone. She's more logical. Yes, she's more logical than she is emotional. So she's evaluated, and she's seeing, well, which road do I need to go on that'll best serve me? And she knows that she has a lot of help from people, from her angels, from her guides, or even if she doesn't know, please know that you're not alone, that everything that you're going through is happening for a reason, even if it is, that urge to leave people or places behind. It's not all coincidental. So this Queen of Winter here, she's distancing herself from people and places that aren't serving her. But she sees that they're not serving her. So she's doing that. And I'm just going to get a clarifier really quickly for that card. So the clarifier card for the Queen of Winter is the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is the Wounded Warrior card. And so that means that, you know, she's put up a fight. She's built a wall of defense around her, surrounding things that she wants to protect. And she's gone to battle with others, protecting something that she's fought long and hard for. But she's kind of left herself vulnerable. And so that led to her getting beat up a lot. So she may have, you know, lost many battles along the way, but, you know, she's still going. She's very wary, though. She doesn't trust people. She possibly looking at her past and saying, well, you know, my past has this kind of track record, so I'm going to be a little untrustworthy of people. I'm not going to just openly, you know, free willy-nilly, just going to trust people because, you know, I've been through some stuff. And the Wounded Warrior talks about, like, also, you don't know if you have the strength to go on. You're leaning on that wand for dear life. That's holding you up. Your head has a bandage. You don't know if you can go on or not, but you know that there's some kind of godly force that enters you, and you know you have enough strength and that force to get through one more battle to win that war. Because a 9 is also the ending of the cycle. You know, it's nearing the ending of the cycle. So what these cards both tell me is that you're now moving forward. You're now moving forward, and you're coming to see what it is that you need to let go of, what it is that you need to move away from, to distance yourself from. Maybe this person or this place has been what has made you this wounded warrior, because you've been fighting and fighting and fighting, and you've only been hurting yourself. So that's actually, yeah, I feel like, you know, whatever it is that you're leaving, whatever it is that you're moving on from, has caused you so much pain, and you've had to endure so much. And but you're coming to realize, like, listen, you're not serving me. This place is not serving me anymore. I need to go. Like, for my own peace of mind, I need to go. This ain't serving me. You aren't serving me. I need to go. I need to go, and I need to get mine. And that doesn't include you. So I sense, like, moving forward, and because you've realized now what you need to do. So you know you need to move forward, but maybe you don't know maybe how, you don't know where, you don't know when, but you know now is that time. You've got to do it. You know, you've come to the realization now. So the next card that we have is the King of Winter. And so I feel like, I mean, this might be the person that you're leaving. This might be the you know, whatever you're walking away from, I feel like is this. And for most people, it's going to be a relationship. So this is what you're leaving. You're leaving the King of Winter. And this man he's out in the cold. He's by himself. I feel like he's getting wisdom though, and he needs to get the wisdom by himself, you know, because yeah, I just feel like he's going he's not. I feel like he's emotional, but he's not necessarily showing you. But whatever happened, I feel like he needs to have that separation. He needs to be alone at the moment because there's an owl right next to him, and the owl represents wisdom. So I feel that by you walking away from him, he kind of he'll feel sad and sullen and down, but I feel like he needs to be alone. He needs to learn how to handle life by himself and how to be okay by himself. You know, there's things that aren't necessarily they aren't smooth sailing with him. And I don't feel that the word unemotional in this card is really pulling at me. So I feel like he is unemotional towards you. And let me pull a clarifier card. So what I feel like is I feel like this person needs to be alone because there's a new direction. There's something new that wants to come through and wants to manifest. I feel like it's divinely guided, but there's something that he needs to get in touch with. And the only way that he can learn what that is by him being alone. And I feel like he'll have a hard time kind of asking for help and kind of getting to truly understand why he needs to be alone. Like he's not understanding, you know, what the purpose of him, you know, the divine trying to get him alone and trying to beat him over the head with, you know, you're here to do this, or here, listen to your heart, or here, we're here to help you. And he's not really listening. So he might not, you know, just go and get the help that he needs, you know, a spiritual teacher or whatever. But he would benefit from that assistance. Because right now, you know, it's kind of like he's very confused and he's sad and he doesn't know what he wants. He doesn't know like he's not really moving. He's not going anywhere. He's just kind of stuck in his thoughts. He's not really seeing the bigger picture, but the bigger picture is, you know, this happens so that he can kind of move in a new direction. This can be career-wise or like something spiritual related. So it can be just kind of opening. The purpose can be to get him to open up to his own spirit and his own soul and his own spiritual journey, or not, or if not, it can be his own, you know, a new direction career-wise. And so I feel like the shared energy between you two is the Nine of Winter, and so it's a card that talks about a lot of really negative thoughts and really low negative energies that are stuck in your mind. These three cards are swords, and so swords are all about mind, and you have to be careful, because if you don't, the mind is like a muscle, and you have to make sure that you're taking the precaution and not letting your mind just continue to habituate the excess worry and the excess fear and the doubt and the pain. And sometimes the ego will keep you in that state because it thinks that it's protecting you, but in reality you're hurting yourself more by not properly getting through the emotions. But the Knight of Winter is, you know, as you can see, this person, like, she's supposed to be sleeping, but she can't. Her thoughts are keeping her up. Her worries, her emotions too. Everything is just replaying in her mind. And she's just not thinking. She's not sleeping. Everything that she's doing revolves around the same thoughts and the same why do I have to go through this? Why is this happening? Why is this so hard? Why can't this be? Why can't we do this? Thinking of the worst and not necessarily understanding the bigger picture, and not seeing it from the right perspective. I don't know if I just said that. Not seeing it from the right perspective. So not seeing the reasoning behind any of this stuff. And what she doesn't see, though, is the fact that there are these two birds here, these two white doves. And I feel like those are like her spirit guides. Can you see that? Those two birds there. So I feel like those two birds are like her spiritual guides, and they're kind of they're doing things. Like, this one bird has like something in his mouth, like he's, you know, there's a sword and a shield, and they're doing things without her realizing, because all she's seeing is her problem. And I feel like they're getting things done without her knowing. They still know, okay, we still have work to do. We're still on a mission. We're still here to help her. And we're going to do this and this and that. Hopefully so she can see, you know, she can see what we're doing. But I feel like what she's not aware of is the fact that she has this help, and that they're still getting things done, so that her let me try to word this right. They're still helping, they're still assisting, so that the plan can go as planned. If she's here to do something, if this Queen of Winter is here to do something on Earth or whatever that may be, and this person here is hindering her from doing that, they needed to get this out of the way so that he can go and learn about what he needs to be doing, and so can she. But she's not seeing that. And so they're still worrying, they're still working on the plan, they're still working on what they need to work on to assist her to get to where she needs to go to, but she's not realizing that, and that's the problem. Because all she's focused on is the worry and the hurt and the pain that was caused. You know, she's cursing him and his mama out. She's cursing everybody and their mama out, but she's not necessarily realizing the bigger scope of things. And so I feel that the both combined shared energy between them is the broken heart, you know. It might not necessarily, I feel that this Queen of Winter is more is feeling it more than this King of Winter. He's not necessarily showing his emotions. And he may not be as hurt as the girl, as this Queen of Winter. And so I feel... That's my dog. I feel like... Okay, let's pause for a second. I feel like she feels the broken heart more than he does, although he still does. But I feel like she's more affected. So, Nine of Winter. What do we have? Yeah, so she's not seeing, you know, the purpose. She thought that this was the one and the only. And so she's not seeing why... She's not seeing why this is happening. And I apologize if you guys can hear my mom, and she's Dominican, and everything is going to go banging and bumping upstairs, and I hope that you guys can't hear that, but good luck trying to tell a Dominican woman to shut up. She's not going to. She's screamed and screamed her whole life, and you tell her about it, you approach her about it, and she's like, I am not screaming. This is how I talk. So, you know what? It is what it is. Okay, so yeah, so she's really upset because she thought that this was meant to be. She thought that this was just her one and done. She thought this was her happily ever after, and it's not. Well, at least that's what she's seeing, right? So she's just really like, this is it. So because of that, that's why she is in the predicament that she's in. That's why she's not even sleeping. She's like borderline depressed. She's borderline anxious because she's not necessarily understanding what the backstory is or what the purpose of, you know, this breakup. But she knows that she needs to, you know, maybe not even consciously, but something is telling her, maybe I need to just let him go. Maybe I need to distance myself away from people, including him. Maybe I need to distance myself and move away. Maybe I need to go and leave this job, or maybe I need to something. But something is tugging at her that she needs to go, and she's not understanding. All she's seeing is she's not with him. And, or maybe she did leave him and she's still upset because it still hurts. So the first card we have down here is the Ten of Spring. And this would be the ending of this cycle. So this is the Nine of Wands, and this is the Ten of Wands here. And so she's realized, okay, you know, I'm not with this person, because I feel like it is a relationship. I'm not with this person. It hurts like hell. I thought he was my one and only, and we're not together. I realized that being with him is not serving my best interest, or I needed to go because it just wasn't working for me, but I still loved him and I needed to. And gender is, if this situation is reversed for you, you know, it doesn't matter about gender. It's whoever fits the masculine role or the feminine role. So that's why I'm saying he and she, but it can be opposite. Anyway, so she's just, yeah, she's just down and out. She pimped down, as Cat Williams would say. She's down, like pimp down, aisle 7, clean up, we need some help. And so she's not realizing that. So the Ten of Spring is you're carrying, I feel like, the weight of all of this, and it's too much. It's too much on you. It's too much. The next card up from this is this Ten of Swords. Ten of Wands. And you have too much weight on your shoulders than you can really you have too much weight that you need. You can't move forward. You're barely getting by. you feel that you can't move forward as quickly as you can, or you can't do the things that you want to do because so much is weighing you down, so much is on your shoulders, so much is expected and wanted of you, and you know, you have all this stuff that you're carrying that you can't get to the things that you know, that you need to. You're weighed down, you have too much burden, and a lot of it isn't even yours, but you're still holding it, you're still holding on to it. The good thing with this card is that it is a 10, and so that means that it means the end of the cycle. So we did see progression here, which is awesome. That's good. That's a good, give yourself, that's good, right? But now with this is telling you, you need to learn how to, okay, I got 10 rods, I got 10 wands. I need to lower that ish down to 2, maybe 3. Maybe 3 if I feel like it. But part of that is learning how to ask. Are they calling me? Lord. This would happen when I'm trying to give a video. And I'm not going to edit any of this stuff out because I do want you guys to see the real me and my real life and my Dominican mom who's crazy. But okay, so the good news though is that, or the lesson, I guess, what they would want you to know, your spiritual team, is you need to learn how to ask for help. You need to learn how to say, listen, I got too much going on. I can't. Can you take a wand for me? Can you take this for me? Delegating. Putting those wands down that aren't even yours to begin with because you're holding on to too much. So learning by asking and just learning how to just stand up and say, you know what? This one ain't even mine. I'm going to put this ish down and I'm going to go on about my life feeling lighter. Okay, so this card wanted to come out. So I feel like what this is saying is once you start learning, because now this is also another wands card. So you have the 10 of wands and now you have the 3 that's going down in number. So, and if you can see with his 3 wands, he can see what's going on. With the 10 of wands, you can't really see. Let me see if I can find the 10 of wands in the other deck so you guys can see. Now, can I get the 10 of wands? Okay, found it. So this 10 of spring is this 10 of wands card in the regular tarot deck. So I'm just gonna give you that comparison so that you can see. So this guy, he can't even, look at that, he can't even see what's that, he don't even know where he's going. Okay, he's trying to move forward and he can't, or he is, but he's just not even going nowhere, as you can see. And I feel like that's what I was saying with this is, it's like you're going around in a hamster wheel because you're not necessarily, there's a conflict. You're not seeing the situation as clear because you're not connecting with your heart. This person ain't got no time to connect with his heart because he's not connecting. He has everything. He's looking down. He's looking at his feet because that's the only thing that he can see forward. And so what happens when you put these wands down? Some of them, you are able to see where you can go. You're able to plan and have time, and you're able to just, you know, plan, like I said. So put as many wands down as you can. And with this is, once you do that, you'll be able to outline. Oh my gosh, just keeps coming back to this. You'll be able to outline and you'll be able to figure out. That's when you should come up with a plan. Come up with a plan. Some structure, some discipline. I myself am struggling with this discipline at the moment. So, I mean, you know, I don't share that for nothing. I share that because I want you guys to know, like, I'm going through this right with you. So I'm struggling with that, and I know how difficult it can be at some certain, you're tired and so much is expected of you, and you're still, required to do this and that, and then you want to do this, and how are you going to do it all? I get it. But once you put that plan into motion, you get some structure, you put some goals into down on pen and paper, you'll start accomplishing that, and then you'll be able to just be free and wait for everything that you're putting out to come back. Now you kind of need to be the doer and put these wands down and take a step in a new direction for you and only for you. And then you'll see the return on your investment to yourself. And next card is the High Priestess. High Priestess is, it's an intuitive card. So getting in touch with your intuition, before you can put your pen to paper, get in touch with what it is that your, heart wants, which is what I kept saying it. Because look, this guy's heart is out of his chest. Like, how is he even functioning right now? I don't know. But that's what's happening. A lot of people are operating as if their heart is outside. They're not connecting with the heart. So connect with your heart, which will connect you with your intuition. That'll give you the insight. Once you get the balance that you were needing, where was the balance? Well, I said it in the Emperor card. The balance that you need, right? And so if you're not meditating, or if you're not doing something that kind of quiets your mind, this can be walking, this can be drawing, this can be dancing, whatever kind of quiets your mind and allows you to be right now in this second, enjoying the hell out of whatever you're doing, you need to find that. Whatever that is for you, whatever that looks like for you. Yoga, it could be sports, whatever, doesn't matter. But then you're going to go in and you're going to be able to see. You're going to learn how to get in touch with your intuition so that you can see the purpose of all of this, because this had a purpose. It had a purpose. This breakup, this situation needed to end in order for you to get to where you need to go. And that's what, where was it? That's what these guys here are trying to do for you. They still have the plan in motion, although you're not seeing it. Now it's your turn to go within so that you can see what the hell they're doing. Let me just get a clarifying card. Okay. So I feel like when you get in tune with yourself, that's when you're gonna be able to offer your cup of love to somebody else. That's what I'm getting from this card. That's when you're gonna be able to take a step forward and give your best self to somebody. Is when you're balanced and you're good and you're in alignment with who you are and who you're supposed to be. That's when you can offer your cup. And then the last card here is the door to personal healing and happiness. And then them birds go again. Look at that. Same birds that were trying to help you. They're on the other side now, and they're saying, like, you finally get it. Like, yay. You crossed over. Now you can see what we were trying to do from the get-go, from the jump, once you're in alignment. And you're going to find that once you go in, once you go inside of yourself and you start feeling yourself and you start feeling your heart and vibing with it and trying to see what it is that your heart is telling you. Your heart is never wrong, guys. It's never wrong. So if you're feeling some type of way, really get to the root of it. And you'll be able to notice then the purpose of all of this, your purpose, what role this person had in your life. Why did you have to leave? Get in touch with who you are. Then you'll be able to offer your heart unconditional like nobody else. You know, because a lot of us are scared to be vulnerable and scared to be who we really are. But this is calling you to do that. That will eventually lead you to your personal healing and happiness. And I definitely believe the more in alignment we are, the less sick we are, the less unhappy we are. We step into who we came here to be. We step into our own authentic self. Look at that. Like, look at what's on the opposite side. Through those doors, a freaking rainbow, and look, that's definitely, I feel like, definitely spirit. And you have lotus flowers, which is definitely very spiritual in nature, and you've got just everything. Look at that. Everything that you can ever want is on the other side of this. But you got it. You can do it. I think that's it. You got this. You can do it. Your team is working with you. Your team is always there for you. Never forget that. And know that everything that you're going through is happening for a reason. Right? Connect with yourself. Start coming up with a game plan here. What it is that you can do to move forward, to start putting some of this burden down, and do it. And you'll look what's waiting for you. And this is like 3 and a 4 is a 7. It's just a spiritual card in nature. And it's just like everything is here that you want. Like, that's exciting to me. I don't know about y'all, but all right, well, on that note, I'm going to end it here because that was a really positive ending. And although the top row is kind of scary, look at what you have going on the bottom, especially this last card. It's here for you, waiting for you. So, peace out, guys. It was really fun to do it this week. I feel like I want to put my own self into this situation. I've been through this top row up here. I feel like I'm down here. I feel like I'm at this point right before I hit here. And it has been rough. I'm not going to lie to anybody. Listen, my family, like I said, my family is Dominican, and my family believes in witchcraft and voodoo and all that jazz. And so if I ever, come clean, I'm going to put that in quotation. If I ever come clean about who I am, what I do, I would get called a witch and all this other crap. So I kind of know what it feels like to go through this alone and not want to speak your truth because you're afraid and you're angry. Why does this have to happen to me? Why me? What did I do I thought this was my one and done. I thought I was done after this. Now you're telling me I can't be with him. And listen, I've been through all this. And me feeling like it was like a soulmate type of thing. I'm like, damn, like, no, I'm supposed to be with him. People, looking at me like I'm crazy. I get it. But the biggest reward that you can give yourself is your own heart and your own alignment and your own balance. And that's where I'm at right now. Can y'all hear that banging? I told y'all. I'm here for you guys. If ever you need any help, just let me know. Contact me, comment on this video. I'm gonna let y'all go because my mom, if she doesn't get a hold of me, like, she will come down and be all up in this video, and I'm not trying to have that. So until next week, guys, I'll see you, sending you lots and lots of love and joy and blessings. Bye.